Alrighty, guys, we are back. We are back with more Phoenix Wrights. I was debating on whether or not I even want to play today. I decided I would stream it today, and then tomorrow I'll take a break from it. And I'll just play Resident Evil tomorrow. Okay, let's see where the game's at. Come on. There you go. I did the math on this. There's only 5 episodes left. That's the good news. Again, I was thinking this today. Someone asked me, because I had a review on TikTok of Resident Evil 3. They're like, so what would you rate it out of 10? I thought about it. I'm like, is it a 9? I ended up giving it an 8. Because again, overall, very solid game, right? This game, I was thinking about the same question. I would give it a 6. 6 out of 10. Maybe 3 out of 5. If it was on a 5-point scale. It's just, again, it's a little bit too tedious. In my opinion. And that's for the trilogy. Trials and Tribulations, I'd probably give more like a 2. Because it is just tedious. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Dude, we wasted a bunch of time, and I took a walk. It was windy outside. I think I got something in my eye. I really need to not walk when it's windy. Refrain. I'll need to probably flush my eyes again before I go to bed. Like, it's bad. So yeah, we spent about 20 minutes in the previous episode talking about Iris riding a snowmobile to hide the real murder weapon. And then we had the revelation that she didn't actually ride the snowmobile. So we basically just wasted like 30 minutes of time talking about a theory that was not based in reality. I'll help any way I can. About that night, you really didn't go to Inner Temple, correct? And I mean, the entire episode was basically a waste of time, right? Because Bikini confirmed she didn't actually see Iris stabbing her. So it's like, why? I would, if I was Edward, I would have followed up on that. Like, so why were you saying that you saw Iris stab her when you didn't really see that? You didn't see the action itself, and so that calls into question basically your entire testimony. Yeah, and we spent like 30 minutes instead talking about some random snowmobile that Iris obviously never rode on. And then, of course, you have to bring up Larry Butts because that's the only way the episode could get any worse. The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. What is that, Hazakura Temple? It's so confusing. Just as I said yesterday, until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well, the second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. Why? What made you go out to the Dusky Bridge? All she had to do was say it wasn't me, and people would have thought it was Larry Butts. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Cyclops now of all times? Let her cook, dude. Let her cook. In the oven, that is, of justice. The safety of the acolyte. The acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Lady, you're wanted for murder, by the way. You're the only suspect, I think, in the case. Look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Lee Stoner? She already said she didn't. No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life. As I thought, no psycho locks. They're called psycho locks at Edgeworth. My job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Let's just keep standing outside the courtroom and talking. You already asked her that question, she said she did. Court will now reconvene. Ms. Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. But sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? You a terrified woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious way. That's you, by the way. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Rah! Time to die is pathetic excuse for an artist, but for the court. I seriously hate Larry Butts. Yeah, he is so annoying. Everything about him is annoying. Like, I didn't even bother reading his investigation part because I was like, dude, this is so dumb. Here's sketches in contempt of this court. I was just artistically rendering. Tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. Sure. That's exactly what the murderer would want you to think. Only down here in the city because I ran out of green paints. Viridian. Gotta turn down the volume as well. Larry. This isn't an art store, now is it? I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? This is the new voice I'm gonna give him. Working in the fields. I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. Kinda sad that I was unable to understand this mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and I found a wonderful new model. See, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. And, I expected all your faces to be red when you realized this mistake. Bright red. Use technical term Crimson Lake. Ah. Thank you, Von Karma. That is for the public good. Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. And the only checking I allow in here is the chicken kind from KFC. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Well, this is too much for me. What I saw. Please put this dying gazelle out of its misery. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars at night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. You saw Iris, obviously. Girl I was waiting for didn't show. My teacher died on me. All alone now, aren't I, edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous accidents and incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people. First he's a security guard, now he's an artist. Seriously, who and what is this guy? That's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touch me, I'll make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. Please, let's get this over with for my sanity's sake. You can delve into other details at a later time. Thank you, Judge. That was probably the smartest thing you said in this entire episode.
Hold it!
Let's just, yeah, hold everything. It was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly lodge, is it? Even the stars can be seen. It isn't like I was there to look at them, right? Intuitively try. Ow. Anyone can see the stars, dude. You look up. Look up and you'll see stars. How many times did you go to the bridge? Times I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love's about waiting with your heart in your hands. love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? You ought to throw you away just for that, Larry Butch. You are the Butch. Goosey excuse for limping when he wasn't a witness. Get out of my sight. What did you see? I hope you all think you saw a snowmobile. Huff and puff and goosey excuse for limping when he wasn't a witness, eh? Well, you see... Probably because he's a stack of human garbage, probably. We know Iris is the one who rode the snowmobile now. He's saying he didn't see the snowmobile. Main gate to Dusky Bridge. The only... I don't know, man. I think the only thing I can object with is the map. This map, because it says Inner Temple, Heavenly Halls between Inner Temple and Hazakura Temple. And the tracks, it says from the main gate to Dusky Bridge. Where's the bridge? Oh, I mean, it looks like it's on the other side. I don't know, I'm already confused, dude. You're on the other side, dang it, just admit it. Like, I seriously dislike this game. Like... Phoenix Wright on statement 4. I didn't meet anyone on the bridge. Phoenix met Larry. And would you believe I already forgot that? I already forgot. You're saying that's an easy one. Screw you, guy. Like, seriously, screw you. You might want to throw your own life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. Having realized just how much of a nuisance you've been, that could have been considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you? Trying to console me? Certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I'll forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Totally pin this on me. Now then, let's talk about the night of the murder, finally. Thank you. Such bikini after seeing the murder took place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened across a certain nefarious individual. How would Edgeworth know that, though? In the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. What you need to change is your inner self, but for now what you saw that. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need. Edgy, think I'm woken up. Guess I could be sleeping. Anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Like, this is the only way I can have fun with this game. Giving them wacky voices. I'm not sure this is gonna go well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Murder. What I saw, part 2. Thank you, Larry, for telling us the truth the first time. Light flashed blinding me. I looked out the window. Dusky Bridge is on fire. I was still some thunder. I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. His name is Phoenix, you ninny. Eventual cross-examination. No, I just thought we should just stand around and talk for another 10 hours.
Hold it!
We're getting to what we really need to know. Why would he blackmail her? She lost her way. Every 20 minutes I went out to the bridge. Just throw this guy in jail. He can take the fall for hours as far as I'm concerned. Went back to the shack to wait for her. White flash almost blinded me.
Hold it!
Left from Naomi, big bada boo. Did you actually see the line and hit the bridge? I was startled by the light, so I didn't even see that. Not sure I care if we can get an attitude you had at first, witness. Just lock him up, please. Go check this out. How far is the small shack that you were from the bridge? It had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids made during school camping trips could compare. Always. Why didn't you call anyone before? When faced with the towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's the public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Of course I thought of doing that. What did he take me for? Some idiot? Let's hear why you didn't. Okay, a reason. My reason is that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time, okay? I was standing around the bridge.
Hold it!
I did the bridge and then showed up a minute later. You present this. 10 to approximately 11. Wow, that's a pretty big range. Strike Dusky Bridge 10:45. 30 minutes passed. You see that? Okay, we're gonna present this. Penalization being damned. You make me sound like some sort of alien! Your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at this. It's called simple math, Larry. Pull your head out for 1 second before you're sent to jail for all time. Wouldn't that be awesome? This is more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Waste about 5 minutes, but more or less. Why? The bridge is on fire. A lightning started a fire. Why would you wait 5 minutes? Lightning fell 10:45. It takes less than 5 minutes. Probably got there around 11. Nick showed up during his falling acts. The bridge had been on fire for 30 minutes. 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred. It has a great temple. Wright was still there in the courtyard. Why didn't Wright see anything? There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do. I'm not going to say this. I'm not Larry. I'm Larry Stoneham. Ah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said it around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier. A full 30 minutes earlier than that, though? Watch your footing there, Miss Francesca Von Karma, but slip ahead a step. But there still is no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. Why not? It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Yeah, so it would have been about 11:15. That the fire went out, but again, we have no way of knowing when Phoenix fell in the water. Wait, what exactly? I did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. We also don't really know what Wright saw, again, because did you even really talk to Wright before his disappearance? I'm, like, beyond confused. Are you Edgeworth or are you Phoenix Wright? Because how would you know that? But, okay. You did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Anyway, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. I did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. I was still sleeping! Yeah, you just slept through everything, didn't you? Order! I was missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix. I hardly see that as much of a problem. 15 minutes is enough time to kill someone. I mean, not from personal experience, obviously, but not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? I think so. Therein lies the problem. Even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. This is Larry we're talking about, and even he's incapable of being so stupid. There has to be a reason for an action. He didn't do his job as a security guard. He didn't do his job as an artist. I mean, he's just a horrible human being, right? Bad feeling about this. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. I know he says he's supposed to have a Canadian accent, but I prefer to give him a southern accent. After this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Just make something up, it's fine. You've been lying to us already the whole time. Sketching in front of the bridge, I was whipped up in a frenzy of art. Really? The bridge is on fire, and your first reaction is not to call for help, but to paint the picture. Do you really think we're that dumb? I transferred all directly onto the page before I realized the flames had gone out and the game running up. Those artists can be strange folks. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. The truth from the sound of it, yeah. Guys, this removed the last of your doubts. Not at all, Your Honor. And very large doubt still remains. That would be, this is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. Why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Please stop calling me that. You fool, you do not have the ability.
Hold it!
Yeah, let's just talk about it. Wow. That doesn't even make sense, dude. Elska Bridge. Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Ms. Von Karma? Yes, well, better drawing than I expected. Struggled to reproduce the flames, I really did. I'm sure you did, Larry. Oh, who is that? The burning bridge is fire. It is the unfortunate looking figure. Spotted that, I thought you might. However much I want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course, Iris. What is she doing out there? We had to plan our future, you know. What would have happened if she'd injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? That's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Does this have something to do with the medium or what? What was that for? It's all about the meme. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. What? There is some precedent for this. She's flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. Yeah, she's about 30 feet above the bridge at least. There's really something to say. This must be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgewood, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? Witness is your friend, is he not? No, he is not. Beg your pardon. Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. That could be cross-examination by force. Edgeworth, excuse me. Get that thing away from me. Very sketchy out of the court record. What's next? Iris shooting laser beams out of her eyes?
Hold it!
Where do you see the sight? Bridge is burning. I watched it for a while, thinking how nice it was burning. In about 5 minutes, I saw it. I didn't fly. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. Something sketchy itself. Yes, that sketch doesn't make any sense. Just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous.
Hold it!
Hold it. Let's transfer everything to the sketch. Yeah. Hold one of these. Yeah.
Hold it!
Boom.
Objection!
I don't know why he would say there's a hood. Because she's obviously not wearing a hood. She's not wearing a hood in the photo. She wasn't wearing a hood in real life. People keep saying she's wearing a hood, but she wasn't wearing a hood that night. So, what are these people on? It doesn't even look like she's wearing a hood in the picture. It's such a bad picture, but I mean, even still, she's not wearing a hood. Good job. Yeah, we don't know who was flying that picture because it's just a bad photo. It's a bad sketch. Sorry, not photo. Sketch. Drawing. Evidence of what? You have evidence, or you just... Yeah. She flew! Yeah! I was worried. Frantically searched for Iris, led me to the beautiful crystal sphere buried in the snow. Sure, Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one could have lost a crystal. That makes zero sense. It's blood. Yeah, let's press everything.
Hold it!
What did he really see? That's what I want to know. Iris says she didn't leave her room, so it's clear he saw someone else.
Hold it!
I already pressed this, by the way. Yeah, that's fine.
Hold it!
And she slipped on her man and got hurt. Hey, I was more than possible. Snacking on a banana. Pretty sure I think the peel away somehow there on the ground. Who did you really see? Talking about her flying, I'd rather talk about who he really saw. Can't find any signs of her landing, correct? What happened next? She used the snowmobile.
Hold it!
Wait for Ed to press this.
Hold it! Hold it!
It's the last statement. That last statement correct, and then you present this photograph.
Objection!
They lost the crystal sphere. It was Elise. Surprised Larry wouldn't know that. We don't know that it didn't belong to Iris, but we can infer that she didn't. I mean, it's hard to say that she's telling the truth, right? About her leaving. But again, if she's not telling the truth, where are the psychopaths? It's pure conjecture that it's Elise's. But the sketch is bad, you know that. You know, people can't fly unless it's the game voodoo, magic, whatever, spirit medium. It's possible the body was moved. And I wouldn't say that because there's blood on it. We haven't yet made the connection. Yeah, we haven't yet made the connection. The people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Right point at me! Victim's crystal spear is found near the bridge on the night of the murder. I don't know if I'd be saying that either. We don't know whose crystal sphere this is. It is a coincidence. That is all. It looks the same. Okay, can I change the size of this? Maybe I don't want to. Okay, let's see here.
Objection!
Again, we don't yet know what the connection is between this orb and the murderer, so I wouldn't be saying straight up that it's not associated with the murder, because how would you know that? You shouldn't be making any claims that have not yet been proven. There's blood on the spear, isn't there? True. This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. Was it related to the murder, though? That's the question we're trying to answer. The place that to throw the investigation off the scent. We don't know that either. He drew the ridiculous sketch. I don't know who would claim this. It's not the same reason at all. Yeah, it's not the same reason at all. He drew the picture because of the lightning strikes. And you just said that the orb was thrown away to throw people off the trail from the real killer. So it could very well be related to the murder. We don't know yet, though, what the association is. Yeah, now she's starting to ask reasonable questions. That's a good sign. And I wouldn't be saying that. Because again, how do you know it's not related to the case? Your theory is that it was put there by the killer, so it could at least be associated or related to the case. There's no evidence that she left the temple that night. Just because, and I recently read this in a, I can't remember where I read it, but the evidence of absence is not, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. I was recently researching, like, can you prove a negative? You can actually prove a negative, but there's like a whole bunch of logical mumbo jumbo behind it. There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hezekiah Temple that night. But just because there's no evidence that she left the temple doesn't mean she didn't. It just means we don't have that evidence. That's all it means. It's possible she was murdered. I mean, I don't even know anymore. Like, looking at the autopsy report, it says she was murdered in her room. So, I don't know. It seems like her body was moved at least one time. That's true. It may not be related to the murder at all. If so, why is there blood on it? I don't think we can. Because how would you prove that? I'd say maybe the autopsy report. But again, it just has blood on it. There's also contradictory evidence. The autopsy report and this photo contradict each other. Because this says she was murdered in the courtyard. This says she was murdered... Yeah. He fell 10 feet after death, which implies she died in her room. That's what the implication is of that. I'm gonna say we can't be proven. I can present the spear. How does that make sense, though? How is this proof of anything? It's not. You would have to look at the crime scene photo. Wherever it is. It's not even that, right? Because where's her staff? I have to use the bathroom. Can't even see her staff. What is with this? Word is stuck. Get out of there. I'm trying to stand up. Okay, hold on, guys. This is giving me a hard time. Get out. There you go. Good job. Close to the end. I mean, no, we can't prove that it was dropped before the murder took place because there was blood on it, which seems to imply that it was dropped after. So it's asking us to actually prove the opposite. And again, it's saying you can present the crime photo. But I don't see the staff in this photo, do you? I mean, unless I'm going blind, I don't see it. I see the shishito, whatever that's called. See that, but I don't see the staff. I think it's straight baloney. You can present the sphere here, but okay. Okay. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. No to retard it. No snow on the body, no snow on the ball. there wouldn't have been snow on the ball. Even if there was snow on the ball, it would have melted. Something occurred that caused the staff's crystal spear to become loose. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this juncture. It's someone else's blood. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Also possible. Again, there's no proof that she left Dusky. There's no proof that she left, and there's no proof that she didn't leave. So we really don't know either way. Didn't take place in Hazard Temple Courtyard. Only foolish suggests that foolish speech of foolishness. Because the wrong part is foolish, was what come out. Have you been paying attention this whole time, Miles? The sister saw everything. Not true. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazard Temple Courtyard. Also not true. She testified against that. Yeah, we're not really sure what Sister Bikini saw. Like, the testimony and the cross-examination were so freaking bad, we have no clue what happened. Drop the beat. More combo. That's the same thing. Best thing about our character. No, which isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. You want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from our blood? That would be when the blade is removed. That statement is the truth. The Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You're forgetting one vital thing, Isaac. Best thing about her character. For Goodell's the theme, and for her just the beatbox. Boom, boom, boom. That doesn't mean the body wasn't moved though. On foot it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple, but it takes only 5 on snowmobile. Possible it was on a snowmobile. And by the way, her being murdered in Dusky Bridge versus Hazakura Temple makes absolutely no difference. The question is who killed her. That's the real question, not where she was killed. Because as far as I'm concerned, that only thing that calls into question is Sister Bikini's testimony. Again, she didn't really see anything. Now that the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Obviously, this snowmobile.
Take that!
Even the judges is like, oh my gosh. On that snowy night, there's one way that a body could have been used. A snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. We know Iris is the one who used it. Which further supports the theory that she was the murderer. No, drop the beat, Von Karma. You dug your own grave, she says. What do you mean? The one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. And she did say that she did use it. So we do have her testimony as well, confirming as much. Doesn't that put the final nail in the coffin? Forward expression. Defense has proven something else entirely. You've shown that this case requires further investigation. Irish testified she used the snowmobile that night. But that contradicts also her earlier testimony saying she was in her room. Her actual testimony, right? Her actual account. This. She She rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. So what we learned at the start, on the onset of this episode, directly contradicts that. Because she said she did in fact use the snowmobile, so that means her testimony is simply not true. It would have to be, right? Unless the snowmobile is in her room. Like, where exactly is your room, Iris? Is it by Dusky Bridge? Is that where your room is? Because otherwise, how would this be true? Also, I mean, if that's Iris, it seems like Larry's testimony also contradicts her earlier testimony. It's like no one can have a straight story, right? Like, so were you in your room the entire time, or did you leave your room? Also, where is your room? Is your room located by Dusky Bridge? Where was the victim Elise Donen really killed? Oh, yeah, it's so frustrating too, like, that Sister Bikini didn't actually see more. She's another, like, Ron character. Like, she's kind of the most critical witness, and yet she's unconscious for some stretch of time, and because of that, her whole testimony is thrown into question. Right? Like, basically nothing she says is reliable or valid. She says she saw Iris stab Elise. For that to be the case, though, she must have been murdered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard, though. Because otherwise, then, what did Sister Bikini see? Did she even see anything? Seems like it's implied she didn't really see anything. Because if she were to see something, stands to reason it's obvious where she was killed, right? Hiccuping again, dang it. If she was killed by the bridge, she couldn't have seen it. Stands to reason. If her body was moved, whatever for. Finally. What does this image mean? You even need to think about that. Such a creature can never see the truth, let alone believe it. Describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he can never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he's enamored. He drew this, so it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. I mean, it's just a drawing, dude. It's not even a particularly good one. I don't even know how it's admissible as evidence. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. No one knows anything. Drop the beat, Von Karma. Drop that beat. You make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There's one reason and one alone for me being here. Expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. That's what this is about. I could have just told that from the beginning, and then I wouldn't have the friends with me. Miles Edgewood, I don't care what you do. Sorry. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. Such a weird expression for him, too. Shouldn't your chances seem to have slipped you by? It's all your fault. Such a terrible witness. Oh, she keeps dropping the beat. Drop the beat. One Karma. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. Dude, these testimonies are all over the place, too. Like, jeez Louise. There has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. What happened to the previous investigation? And how did we not get more evidence? Again, the investigations in this game are just bad. They don't reveal really anything. Court is now adjourned. To be continued. We'll say the episodes are getting shorter, so that's good. I just wish there was more accuracy. There was more accuracy or more accurate findings in the investigations, the testimonies. I wish they were, somewhat relevant, not really contested, like highly contested, like Bikini's testimony. It's like, is she telling the truth? Because if she is, then there's only one place she could have been murdered, the temple. But if she never really saw anything, then yes, it's possible. She was murdered in the bridge, and then her body was carried back to the temple. All this happened while she was unconscious. It's like, how long was she unconscious for? I don't know, guys. I'm going to follow this up with Resident Evil. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you just so happen to be catching this. And thanks so much for watching.